I didn't plan on running through my supplies so quickly. I'll have to get more before returning to the forest. I can't carry all my gear in town. I'll get it before I go into the woods.
Good morning, Miss Holliday. I hope I'm not bothering you.
No, not at all. I was just on my way out. What brings you here?
Well, I'm not supposed to be over here, but here you go. This is our report on the Parr incident. We never released those drawings, for the family's sake, so if you could keep them under wraps.
Thank you. This will help immensely.
Sorry they aren't photos. Our department doesn't have a camera, so Sheriff Bowers makes me draw crime scenes.
Don't apologize. These are very detailed.
Well, I better go. Sheriff's keeping a sharp eye on me.
This information never made it to the newspapers, and I can see why. All of the victims had ritualistic markings on them. I've written down the characters that I've seen from Brodie's sketch and included the two characters, Givn and from the pendant Asgaia gave to me. I'll keep adding any new symbols I find to this page. But what does this alphabet have to do with the Blair Witch or Rustin Parr? Well, the answer is here. I know it. I just have to find it. Perhaps if I tried some combinations similar to the Givn-ur alignment. There is a large number 3 on the sketch. I'll start with combining 3 symbols. Givn. Oh, where have I heard that? Oh, that's it! The deputy said Pa woke up at night screaming, "Never give in." Oh, but Pa wasn't saying never give in at all. He was saying never given. It does have something to do with the twana. It's just like the ones I saw in the forest, and the one Asgaia gave me. I'll bet I can build my own twana in the shape of never given. Well, that's less spectacular than I'd hoped. Still, the stick figure does look just like Kyle's sketch. Doesn't feel like anything more than a bunch of sticks, though. I suspect I'm still missing something. I wonder, could this thing possibly have a relationship to the odd structure I saw in the middle of the woods? I should show this to Asgaia. The residue on this twana seems to be some sort of ectoplasm. It's like residue I've seen from encounters with cross-planar creatures, a side effect of moving through dimensions. If I'm going to learn how to use this thing, I'll have to find some way to reproduce this substance. I've put a bit of the residue on each of the 4 metals. I need to combine 3 of the 6 tester chemicals to make a reagent. Next, I need to put a drop of the reagent on each of the metals. If I get an acidic reaction to occur on only one metal, then I can compare that to my chart and figure out what the mystery residue is. Oh, mysticism meets science. The primary component of our car is petroleum naphtha. Paint strippers usually contain petroleum naphtha. I should be able to find some in the general store.
Have you been to the woods? Did you find what you were looking for?
Not yet. Might I send another telegram?
Same place as before?
Yes, please.
Whenever you're ready.
Big flashlight almost dead. Stop. Mild lead poisoning. Stop. No doctor in town. Stop. Send remedy quickly. Stop. Love, Elspeth. Stop.
You feeling poorly? We can go to the sheriff's and call a doctor for you.
No, that won't be necessary. My sister can send along a homemade remedy from our mother.
What are you doing?
Paint stripper. I hope this will work. I'd like to purchase this.
I'm not even going to ask.
That's probably best.
We don't need any more outsiders here in Burkittsville. I'd appreciate it if you left now.
So what can I get for you today?
Nothing right now, thank you.
Did you hear about what happened at the school?
No.
Someone wrote strange symbols on the school wall again. It happened before, you know.
Oh, terrible.
I know.
A damn fine cup of coffee. Damn good coffee. And hot. Gretchen, you make a damn pleasant cup of joe.
Do you have any books on Native American folklore?
Well, I'm afraid I don't have much written by Native Americans. There is this book, though. An explorer wrote it during the early 1700s. He had Native American guides, and he wrote a lot about their beliefs and customs. Here you go.
This book, The Ancient Evil of the New World, is supposedly non-fictional accounts of real-life legends from the Black Hills. I'll duplicate some of the more probable entries from the book into my field notes. They may prove to have no more substance than the rest. However, if some of these things are for real, I underestimated the magnitude of this mission.
Please, have a look around, and come by any time.
How's the story progressing?
Whew, Nellie, even I don't believe it. Just have to start the presses, and then I'm off to the sheriff's with the evidence.
Can you tell me?
Oh, no, not so fast. You can read all about it in the morning edition. Feel free to come back if you have any more questions.
Hello? Anyone here? I guess not.
Where have you been? I thought it was burnt. Are you okay? Emily, you shouldn't talk to her. My mom says she's... No, wait!
Hello? Hello? What's your name?
Mary Brown.
Shouldn't you be in school?
Miss Ascot sent us home early today. She's not doing very well.
Really? Why is that?
She misses the other kids.
Were they your friends?
Not really. Just Kyle. But he's not the same anymore.
Who were you talking to just now?
Nobody. I was talking to myself.
You look sad.
I can't find Mr. Brownie.
Mr. Brownie?
He's been gone for a few days.
What does he look like?
He's brown.
Well, could you be more specific?
Well, he's got soft fur.
I'll keep an eye out for him. Bye now. How peculiar. I just met a local girl named Mary Brown. She was talking to someone, but there was no one else with her. She claimed she was talking to herself. But I swear she used the name Emily. Now, one of the girls that Rustin Parr killed was named Emily Hollins. I should review the recording of her conversation just to be sure. Also, she seems to have lost some sort of pet, a Mr. Brownie. If I find it, I'll be sure to return it. What's going on?
Somebody vandalized the school.
Do you need some help?
I've got it under control. This happened before, you know. But this time, I think it was just some kids pulling a prank. In fact, I believe the chalk this was drawn with came from my classroom. I can't imagine who would have the audacity to deface our school with such an infantile prank.
Kids.
It's probably that Bowers boy. Thinks he runs the town, just like his father, the sheriff.
Where are the children? Shouldn't you be in class?
I sent them home. They don't need to see this.
Well, I have to be going now. Did a parcel arrive for me?
No, ma'am. Can't say that it has. Hope you get to feeling better, Miss Holliday. What are you doing?
Oh, Justine!
Hey, brought those remedies you needed.
Why didn't Spookhouse just send a courier?
Can't have this stuff falling into enemy hands.
Well, I'm happy to see you. Come on, it's the last room on the end. You did bring my ECRE pistol, didn't you?
Right here. Had a chance to test the rifle yet?
Oh, too many times, but it works quite well.
I wasn't sure how badly you were needing it, so I brought 2 of your modified batteries to give your big gun some extra power.
Fabulous. I underestimated this mission when I left. Thank you so much for coming, Justine.
You need anything else?
No, I have it under control. Thanks. If things get any worse, I'll call in the stranger. Now you better get going. I have a lot more work to do. Thanks again, Justine. I'm ready to go into the woods now. I better take my gear with me. I'm ready to go into the woods now. I better take my gear with me.
I just got off the phone with the sheriff of Martinsburg.
An old chum of yours?
He's never heard of you. Didn't you say you talked to him before coming here? No one's gone missing from Martinsburg since '34.
Oh, you don't say. I'll have to tell that to my sister.
Now, you haven't done anything illegal, as far as I can tell, but I got my eye on you. You step out of line, you're mine. You get me, little lady?
Thank you, Sheriff. I appreciate your concern. Blast! The local sheriff knows my cover story is bogus. He could stir up some serious trouble if he wanted to. I should try to keep my distance.
Did you hear?
About what?
I just got a phone call. The judge wasn't on vacation. He was murdered, and they found the body at the general store. Sheriff Bowers just arrested Daniel Cole. I'm heading over to find out more.
Suzanne Ascott just informed me that Rustin Parr's judge was murdered. Daniel Cole, the shopkeeper, has been arrested. I don't know if this has anything to do with Rustin Parr, but it's almost too great a coincidence to ignore. I get the feeling that something even larger is at work here.
More of the devil's work. Oh, sometimes I feel like I'm losing the battle.
Always thought he was a big bully.
Can you believe it?
This story just gets darker and darker.
Oh, wrong. This wasn't supposed to happen. All could have been prevented. All my fault.
What happened?
We got worried when we still hadn't heard from the judge. We searched his place, and it was obvious he hadn't packed for a vacation. We found evidence pointing us here. The body was in Cole's storage room, stuffed in a sack of potatoes.
What did Cole say?
Says he didn't do it. Claims somebody else put the body in there.
Do you believe him?
I don't know. Right now, I'm just glad he's not telling me an old woman ghost made him do it. Sorry, Miss Holliday. Can't let you in. Sheriff's in there.
Hold on. What happened to that twana? Oh no, the Givn-ur amulet is nearly dry. As Gaia said, it had to be coated with that oily substance. He called it, arca. Without it, he said, this is nothing more than a bundle of sticks. I believe paint stripper will serve as a substitute for arca, and the general store might have some. Oh, the twana is completely saturated. Oh, while I'm at it, I'll coat the never given twana as well. Seems as though the shadow creatures I encountered the last time are nocturnal. I hope I finish here before dusk.
Welcome back to my home. I can see you've learned more about the ways of the forest.
I made this. In jail, Rustin Parr was heard saying over and over, never Givn. Nev, and Givn are three characters similar to your Givn-ur, twana. It creates a complete human effigy. What does it mean?
What you have is a bundle of sticks.
Oh, I thought I was on to something.
You are. The figure needs magic. Give it to me. This forest is more than itself. You have learned much, but there is more. Things I am not allowed to tell you. But I can tell you the path you walk now is the right direction.
All right. Tell me this. There's an area near Parr's house, a path with a large wooden structure over it that I couldn't see until you gave me the Givn-ur. What was I seeing?
In places throughout this forest, paths branch in directions that cannot be comprehended. Such a place exists near the site of that house. Control the path, Elspeth Holliday. Walk the path. You have the power now, but walk with caution. My ancestors have walked such paths in the past. Few have returned.
Ah, delightful.
The time for words has passed.